iHeart, get ready. Fantasy football is here. Welcome to the Scout Fantasy Show. ScoutFantasy.com is home to the Fantasy Football World Championships and the best players in the world. Real money winners giving their secrets to help you win. Now exclusively on iHeart. This is the Scout Fantasy Show with your host, the one, the only, Dr. Roto.
It's Dr. Roto. Get out the insurance cards. Get out the copay. The office is open, my friends. That's right. It's Mock Draft Friday. You know I've been doing these on Fridays to try to see how I feel about players, different strategies, how I want to approach my drafts this year. It's never too early to mock, right? It's never too early to mock. And I absolutely love the mock draft that we have on Scout Fantasy. Real simple. Go to scoutfantasy.com. When you get there, okay, scroll down. I'll do it with you right here. Scoutfantasy.com. You get there. You'll see where it says play up top. Go down. Click the word mock draft. Boom. You get there. You click a button. Says I've read everything. You pay nothing. Pay nothing. You start drafting. Here I am today. I have the 10th pick. And what I love about this draft, and I know I've said this before, is that this draft can take as long or as short as I want it to. See, in Yahoo, you're waiting for the room to fill up. You're waiting for guys to get in. Some guys are in. Some guys get out. We already have our rankings in here that we put in. And these are good rankings, right? By high-stakes players. So you know the guys are going to go around where they should. Now, it is not a perfect system. So here, for example, I have the 10th pick in this draft. David Johnson, Ezekiel Elliott, Love Bell. Jones, Brown, Beckham, McCoy, Green, Jordy Nelson. So basically, most of these guys are going to go. It may not be the right order, but it doesn't matter because I'm pick 10. Okay? So today, I got to start with Mike Evans. How do I not start with Mike Evans? It's a PPR format. So let me explain as always. 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 3 receivers, a tight end, a flex, a kicker, and a defense, and I get 6 bench spots. With my 6 bench spots, I always want 1 backup quarterback. I like to have 2 backup running backs, 2 backup receivers, and usually a backup tight end, but not always. If I drafted Jordan Reed, you better believe I'm putting in a backup tight end. If I draft Rob Gronkowski, you better believe I'm doing a backup tight end. Right? So, depends on the receiver who's available, but I'm going to take Mike Evans. Bam, he's clicked. He is on my team. Okay? Then we have a draft board here, which is very good because what you can do at this point is you can click where you only see the available players, which I think is great. I mean, because we have our rankings and I can see who's gone. So, for example, I see right here, Brown, Beckham, Jones, Evans, Green, Nelson are gone. But if I click a button, boom, only the available players are there for me. So, after I picked Mike Evans, Melvin Gordon went, Jay Ajayi went, DeMarco Murray went, and Devonta Freeman went. There was a run, an absolute run on running backs there. So it's pushing me in one of 2 directions. I can take Jordan Howard, who is the best running back on the board, or I can take a receiver, Michael Thomas, T.Y. Hilton, and Dez Bryant. I think I'm going to take Michael Thomas here. He's just too good to pass up. I love Jordan Howard too, and I'm tempted. And maybe if I were in Las Vegas, I might consider Howard. But I think I got to go Thomas here because if I could be Evans and Thomas, I'm going to be pretty happy about my beginning here. I was hoping something would happen, and it did. I was hoping and praying that a couple of these running backs will last to me, and they did. I have Leonard Fournette and Isaiah Crowell. So let's discuss this right here, right now. Leonard Fournette is an absolute beast, but I don't like the team he plays for, and I haven't been convinced yet that this guy's going to catch passes out of the backfield. I really do love Isaiah Crowell this year. I've called him a top 10 back, and to get him in the 3rd round with the 10th pick, I've got to think that that's pretty undervalued. Now, what I try to do here is ask myself, which one of these guys will still be there if I don't pick them here? Sadly, I think both these guys will be gone. So I've got to go with my favorite guy here. I'm going to take Crowell. I think Cleveland's going to be better. I like Hugh Jackson as a coach. Crowell did a very good job last year when the team sucked. Could you imagine if the team's going to be better? I will take him here. Boom, he's on my team. Now, how lucky did I get? How lucky did I get? Why do I say how lucky did I get? The next picks were Corey Davis, Demaryius Thomas, Golden Tate, and Christian McCaffrey. I'm able to get Fournette, right? Which, I want to go back to this. I felt if I took Fournette, Crowell would have been gone. By taking Crowell, I had a chance that Fournette was going to be there. I'm going to take that chance. I'm going to put him on my team, and I'm going to start my draft with Crowell, Fournette, Evans, and Michael Thomas. That's a pretty good start. That's a pretty good start. So here I am in round 5, and Tom Brady and Drew Brees are still on the board. Don't want to do that here. Running backs on the board, Ty Montgomery, Eddie Lacy. Don't think I need to do that here. I think my choices are close here in terms of wide receivers, Dante Moncrief, Martavis Bryant, Willie Snead, Brandon Marshall, Kelvin Benjamin, and of course Greg Olsen, Jimmy Graham. Now, there's a couple of receivers I like here, but there's only one tight end I really like. So I'm going to take Greg Olsen right here, make sure I get him. By getting Olsen also, I'm doing something else. I may not get that second tight end later on because Olsen should, mind you, be there for me all year because he is one of those guys who just plays every game, it seems, right? He rarely sits out. So now I'm faced with a big choice in round 6. I'm faced with a very big choice. I'm not taking a running back, that's for sure. That's off the table. So the question is, do I take a receiver here or do I take a quarterback? Now, here I am in round 6 and it's going down. So I'm going to have to wait the rest of round 6 and 10 picks in round 7 before I get my quarterback. Now, the thing is that I like Drew Brees here. So there's no way I'm taking Andrew Luck. There's no way I'm taking Russell Wilson. There's nobody else that I even like at all outside of Drew Brees. I don't. Nobody outside of Drew Brees. Not interested. And I know he's not going to be there. So I'm going to take Brees. I don't know if I'm going to regret this. If I was in Vegas, I probably wouldn't have to do this. Now, let's talk about something else. In Vegas, I know when I'm sitting at a draft table that Drew Brees probably won't go here. And if I'm not worried about it, I'm going to look around the room and know 5 guys are not going to take their quarterback. But since this is the mock draft world championship, and I know it goes by rankings, I have to push up my quarterback here because I know there's going to be a lack of guys when I return. I have to take Brees here if I want to win the $2,500. Now, I was born under a lucky star because the receiver I really wanted to take is still here. There's 2 guys I adore. There's Martavis Bryant and Willie Snead. I want to get Marty B. He's a little cracked in the head. I do like Willie Snead, but I already have Brees and Michael Thomas. Do I want to be so deep in on the Saints? I'll take Bryant here. I'll be very happy about that. Martavis Bryant goes to my team. Oh my God, the lucky star hasn't stopped here. I can get Willie Snead too. Let me take that. Bam! I got myself some Willie Snead. So here's my team right now. Brees, Crowell, Fournette, Mike Evans, Michael Thomas, Martavis Bryant, Greg Olsen, Willie Snead. I am loving this team right now. Loving this team. Okay? So now, I've got a defense and a kicker and 6 bench spots. This is when I have to be very clever and figure out what I want to do. I need a backup quarterback. Not desperately, but when I look at it, I can get the best of the guys here, but I think I'm going to wait. Do I need Mariota here? Sure, I like him. Do I like Derek Carr, Dak Prescott? But I think I can wait. There's Theo Riddick. There's Derrick Henry. I like both those guys a lot. I'm going to let Randall Cobb go. I like Zach Ertz a lot. He would really help my team, but Didn't I just go through a whole thing where I told you, hey, I don't need another tight end? I think I'm going to go Derrick Henry here for one big reason. If DeMarco Murray gets hurt, Derrick Henry might win me $2,500. And who can I say that about? Not too many guys. I can say that about Derrick Henry. I take Derrick Henry here. I could win this whole thing. That's why I take him. Now look, how lucky did I get? A bunch of guys I didn't want went next. So here's who's available for me. A lot of good players. I can still get that backup quarterback that I want. Right? This would be around the time to take them. Mariota, Carr, Prescott, Eli, Dalton. I can get Theo Riddick, CJ Prosise, LeGarrette Blount, Randall Cobb, Adam Thielen, Quincy Enunwa. I think this is a tough one. I like Prosise a lot in a PPR league, but I think I like LeGarrette Blount here. Too good to pass up. So I'm going to go LeGarrette Blount and Derrick Henry as my two guys. Now, Mariota went. I know that. I do need that backup quarterback. I think I may take that here. I like Andy Dalton as my backup this year. I'm going to pounce on him right here. Take Andy Dalton. Okay. So here I am. Breeze, Crowell, Fournette, Evans, Thomas, Bryant, Olsen, Snead, Henry, LeGarrette Blount, Andy Dalton. I'm liking this team. I still want two backup receivers, a kicker, a defense, and then hopefully a tight end, but I'm not going to worry about it. So I'm done with my running backs now. Okay, so I'm looking at wide receiver, and I see three guys who come to mind right here. I see Adam Thielen, Quincy Enunwa, and Kenny Britt. Now, tough one. I'm going to pass on Kenny Britt here. Why? I don't want to be too deep here with the Cleveland Browns offense. Come on, Crowell was one guy. I don't need to go two. So I think it comes down to Thielen or Quincy Enunwa for me. And I think these are the two next best players on the board. I really like Adam Thielen. I do. I like Adam Thielen a lot and think he had a pretty darn good year last year. And ask myself this question, can he get better? Well, I don't know how much better he gets. He was a pretty darn good player last year. I think he should probably get about 70 catches, 900 yards. I think that's fair. And then I ask myself, well, what about Quincy Enunwa? Quincy Enunwa is the starting receiver for the Jets. The problem is the Jets stink. I mean, the Jets really stink. So do I want the number one guy on a crappy team or the number two guy on a better team? It's a tough one. I'll take Thielen today, but I may take Enunwa tomorrow. Oh my God, lucky star again. How did I get so lucky? People just want Dr. Roto to win this. Enunwa's still there. I'm going to take that bad boy. I wanted one. I'll get both. Boom. Boom. All right. Now, defense, kicker, and a bench spot. I'm going to go, this is a tough one. I'm going to take the Chiefs defense right here. And I did lose one player. I was very upset. I lost one player. Justin Tucker did go, and I really wanted Tucker. But hey, can I pass up Dan Bailey? I can't pass up Dan Bailey. I had the Chiefs and Bailey. I think I can live with that. Now, I am down to my last pick. Breeze, Crowell, Fournette, Evans, Thomas, Bryant, Olsen, and Snead. Henry, Blount, Dalton, Thielen, and Enunwa, the Chiefs and Bailey. So I'm leaning here, even though, all right, so running backs, I can get Jonathan Williams. I can get Donta Foreman. I like Jonathan Williams, especially if something happens to LaShawn McCoy. I like him a lot. At wide receiver, I can get Kevin White. I can get Tyrell Williams. I can get Josh Doxson. I'm going to take a chance here. I'm going to go with Josh Doxson, who I just love the talent. Now, if Greg Olsen gets hurt, this team is screwed. But let me teach you something that I've taught you before, and I'm going to teach you again. Play to win. Play to win. Could I draft Williams here? He'd probably be my second choice. Why? If McCoy gets hurt, I got Williams. I could win this bad boy. But I'll take Josh Doxson. I'll click the button. My draft is over. That's how long it took. The whole thing. Then I ask it, so here's my team as a whole. My quarterbacks are Breeze and Dalton. My running backs are Crowell, Fournette, Henry, and Blunt. My receivers are Evans, Thomas, Martavis, Bryant, Snead, Thielen, and #1 Josh Doxson. Tight end Olsen, kicker Bailey, the Chiefs defense. They can rate. I'm going to rate my team. How did my team do? What do you think? Oh, they like my team. #1 overall. They love it. I love it. I told you I loved it. I'm going to confirm my free entry. It's as simple as that. I put my team name in here. There we go. Click enter this team now. And I am officially entered into the Mock Draft World Championship. It is as easy as that. And I encourage you to do the same. It is as easy as what I just did for you. And now I got a chance to win $2,500 by having the best team in that format. Will you be as lucky as I did getting guys who were there for me? I hope you are. How long did that take me to do? It took me 10 minutes. And I probably could have done it in 3 if I didn't have to talk about it on this podcast. But I love talking about it on this podcast. You know what else I love talking about? I love talking about playffwc.com, right? Playffwc.com. When you go there, you get to our lobby, right? And then you look Friday night, a quarterback superflex starter draft, an online championship, draft and goes. Start signing up. Get in there. Be part of what we're doing at Scout Fantasy. The Fantasy Football World Championship. I say it before I say it again. The best payouts. Awesome customer service. Great draft room experience. We want you guys to have the best experience you can. That's why we do what we do and we love doing it. All right? So help us help you. Help us help you have the best fantasy football experience out there. Go to playffwc.com right now. Sign up for a draft. Who knows? You might see Adam Ronis in one. You might see Dr. Roto in one. Maybe you don't want to see Ronis and Dr. Roto. I want you guys to win the league. I'm just joking. All right, but right now it's time to put away the insurance cards, put away the copay. The office is closed, my friends. Wishing you all a great weekend. I'm away on Monday, but I will be back on Tuesday. I promise we will get you the info that you need to win your fantasy championships. All right. Have a great day, guys. Be well and take care.
Thanks for listening to the Scout Fantasy Show. There's never been a better time to join the Scout Army. Visit scoutfantasy.com. Use the promo ROTO for 2 months free. And don't forget, fantasy players, please thumbs up the podcast on the iHeart app. See you next time. Go Scouts!